Sorry. This time my paranoia paid off. I went to check my recording and found out it wasn't recording. It is now, though. I hope. I was talking. I was smiling. Oh, bad. I was talking about me beating Resident Evil and I was just talking about, it doesn't matter, I was just talking about some survival horror games. Because I love survival horror games. Minecraft trying to apologize for me. Nope, just a surface level apology. I'm sorry, I was just... I'm sorry, I've been trying to talk a little more. I don't want to be too much of a downer in these episodes. I guess I could re-say what I was talking about. So I have the energy for that. I'll speak new things as they come up. One thing I do want to reiterate is how, after beating RE1, I wanna beat RE5, but I don't have anyone to play with it, and I know how much more fun it is in multiplayer. But I don't have anyone to play with it anymore. D&D's tomorrow. We're continuing. This cave is too big. I kinda don't wanna do this right now. I was so down to explore, but being too much of a downer. Look on the bright side. That's too much. I'm out of here. This is what happened. This is why. I don't know. No, last episode was an episode of me complaining. This one's gonna be a normal one. No complaining from me. No complaining, no yapping, just this. Just this. Yeah. Just some Minecraft, some happy Minecraft. Happy Minecraft. So happy. I don't know what I'm saying. You know, it's weird because I can't see. Can't take it off either. Oh, I remember something I wanted to talk about. I might have found a purpose, something to do. I ended up on the Wikipedia page for human extinction. And I found an article on something called the Grey Goose scenario. And that's the proposed extinction event where it's caused by self-replicating nanomachines that feed on biomass. Oh, inventory's full. Gotta put some of it away. But yeah, self-replicating machines that feed on biomass. And this got me thinking, because like many years ago now, I played Horizon Zero Dawn. Very good game. And it's essentially the same. It's essentially the same premise where humanity goes extinct because of, because they, oh my god, why am I blanking on words? Humanity goes extinct because this company makes machines that, as a failsafe, are able to feed on biomass in case they're like in a place with no fuel, because they were like taught to fuel themselves so they can keep going essentially forever. And they were said you can feed on organic material if you're desperate enough and can't fuel yourself. But they had like a bunch of precautions, but of course it ended up going wrong, and the machines turned on humanity and started eating them all. And that's Horizon Zero Dawn's backstory. And it's another thing that I find really cool about that game. It's like the whole game you're figuring out, you're in the shoes and you're like, how did humanity go? I mean, how did humanity survive, right? Because you're playing as humans. You're like, how did humanity survive this? How did they stop these machines? Like, first you're like, okay, what caused humanity's downfall? And then how did humanity survive? And it's eventually revealed they didn't. Humanity went extinct from this. There was this AI system that was designed like for thousands of years into the future. I don't actually know, it could be only hundreds. I think it is thousands of years into the future. There was this like AI system that in thousands of years, hopefully when all the machines are no longer able to sustain themselves, this AI would, using its stores of human DNA, would clone and make new humans. And that's who you play as. But a part of this AI system goes rogue and starts, since there's life in the world and life has recovered, it starts making the machines again. Saying like, oh, we need to kill everything again, and the game is like, oh yeah, you go stop that rogue AI. It's a pretty good game, but yeah, that is just the Grey Goose scenario, but instead of nanomachines, it's full robots. Which I don't understand. I guess I can understand it being like requiring nanomachines, because then they can fit in between. Potentially they could fit in between like particles and stuff, so they can kind of blast everyone, because otherwise, yeah, you could kind of just hunker down somewhere. But still, anyway, the Grey Goose scenario, by the way, is like entirely improbable because it would require a lot of difficult engineering, and it would have to be entirely deliberate. So someone would have to make it with the intention of causing the Grey Goose scenario, which I don't think there's anyone who's gonna do that. So it's not something to worry about. It's not gonna be like, oh, human hubris causes this. Like, you have to intentionally code machines to feed off of organic life, and not be like, oh yeah, and be like, oh yeah, you can eat humans too, by the way, lol. Got me interested in robotics though, and self-replicating machinery, because like there's these monsters in Dungeons and Dragons called Skitterwidgets, I believe. And there are these small like raccoon-like machines that were unintentionally created to be able to reproduce. And so me and my friends were talking about that, like how does one unintentionally like give machines fully functioning reproductive organs or whatever. And so we came up with an idea. What if, in order for these machines to grow, the the in order for the machines to grow, they eat other metal, and then their like internal mechanisms changes that metal into usable, into usable material, like reinforce their hull and expand their size. So like the more metal they eat, the they can make themselves bigger, and it's like simulates like an actual animal growing. And then we proposed, what if, with the help of another skitter widget similar to sexual reproduction, like one somehow gave some of its metal stores to another, because they do seemingly reproduce via, it's it's implied to be some sort of sexual reproduction in a way. It's like, how do robots do that? How do they accidentally do that? But like, if two of these robots help one another, like one gives them metal stores or some kind, and then who's to say that, because they are sapient, I believe, the skitter widgets. So like, who's to say that one of them can't play a host and use their internal stores of metal to create a skitter widget of its own? Like after a while, like the baby ones, I think they're called like like twiddly widgets or whatever. I don't know, but like they're small, right? You make them really small. You make these robots really small. As they eat metal, their body constructs that as part of them, so they like grow. In air quotes, they grow. Um, yeah, so they quote unquote grow. So what if one of them played host to a played host and started constructing one of the baby skitter widgets inside itself? Because it's got internal machinery that can craft itself a bigger body. So why not make a skitter widget on its own, right? And so other skitter widgets can come to this host and like donate metal of their own, so that it doesn't starve or like have a lack of metal on its own. And then they can create the little things in their body. I think that's a good explanation. And honestly, it's gotten me thinking of self-replicated robots. That might be really cool to make. I am gonna check to see if my voice is recording. I am paranoid once again. Hold on. Yeah, baba. Yeah, it is. Okay, this is. Oh, it's night. Yeah, but I have 22 lapis. It's redstone. This lapis so rare. Yeah, it's interesting. I do think I'm like thinking about robotics. Kind of want to make a self-replicating robot like that. One that feeds off something and can make another of its kind. Not biomass, obviously, but it was just a related subject that kind of got me inspired. I think that might be cool. Like make robots that feed on metal and then create smaller robots of themselves. Oh, that's dark. It doesn't look dark. Spawned there, I think. I do wanna. It seems like a really cool idea. Robots. It's, it's cool. I hope what I'm talking about is actually possible. I mean, the whole Grey Goose scenario, the reason why it's like discredited and impossible was never because the theoretical science didn't add up. It was entirely because it would have to be deliberate. I'm not misinterpreting anything I read. So what I'm talking about shouldn't be impossible. Stay. I really should be thinking about going back. Thinking about making the entirety of Dark Souls in Minecraft. I had that Barovia project I was doing. I think I've talked about that. But what if I made Dark Souls? It's definitely less of a demand because Dark Souls is a much smaller world than Barovia. I think it would be cool though. Know what else to talk about? Kinda just really tired. Talking does that. Especially when there's. Yeah, never mind. Why must creepers do that? And why are you not so far away from that creeper. That's kind of cool. Oh, that's actually making me mad. Oh my god. What a place. Is there any reason these caves have to be so big? And why there's creepers everywhere? I'm getting a bit ticked off. Do I even need all of this? Oh my god. Clearly walking doesn't do anything. I'm getting out of here. This is... This thing. This is something. Going home. I really should start on that castle so I have a bedroom. Because the next version, I think, is when they had beds. I should make... What do I... What do I call it? Oh my god. This is where I'm gonna have some minecarts and stuff. The center is gonna be a minecart track, and on the sides are gonna be staircases. The walls are gonna be wood, probably. Yeah, what? This middle one. Gonna grab... No. I'm not gonna grab anything. I'm just gonna get out of here. Awesome. I should light up these paths somehow. I keep on saying that, but then I never do. Because I don't know how to light them up. Like, how do I go about lighting up this? I got this. This bridge is lit up, but I can't do this design everywhere. Maybe I could. Not being able to place torches on fences sucks. I don't know any good. Just torch lampposts. I could do what villages do and put some torches on like some black wool. I haven't seen any squids though. They are in this version. I haven't seen any spawn though. Maybe because I haven't been spending enough time near the water. Little cows. What if I make this the animal farm instead? Instead of like a little camp? It would just be entirely decorational. I'd like to have some decorational builds though. I mean, yeah. To be fair, that could arguably have some function. Does this feel dark? I don't want that to be too dark. Hello, cows. This hill looks a lot shorter than I remember it. Oh, and my stuff's barely grown because I've been staying away. I've been so bored. Looks like I'm gonna need to make use of my new iron chest and make a cobblestone chest. I need a dirt chest too, yeah. Yeah. I think I already have a dirt chest. I'll do the same for coal and redstone. In here. I'm putting torches here. Here too. Alright, iron chest. Dirt chest. Coal chest. Redstone chest. Did I also say I was gonna make a cobble chest? Yeah, that can be good. As far as I can start climbing stuff. Yep. I also am gonna put 3. Didn't actually want to put it on the outsides there, but why? Oh, wait, that's. I was wondering what that button did. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm not putting them on the back. That kind of would look bad there. Unless. Sure. Alright, I got some lights out. I'm gonna put a little thing here. Is fishing in this version? I can make this a little fishing hole. That might be cozy. And then I can have some light there. And then this area will be pretty safe. Nine, that's it. Oh, I'll take that, sure. Is fishing in this version? I can check right now. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I know what I'm putting here. Okay, looks like that's not quite safe enough. I'm gonna put another torch up above. That's a nice amount of light. I'm actually gonna put torches alongside the edges of this too. I realize I probably should. To keep the mobs away. Little cheat. You're not supposed to be here. I should really make this a proper thing. I'm just gonna cover this up and make it a little entrance like properly, but I never did. I'm gonna grab these cacti. By the way, the reason why I'm breaking it from the bottom is so that the stuff doesn't fall onto itself. I'm a bit trapped. 39 cacti. So I was gonna put a little fishing hole here. Or at this house, there's a hi chicken. I always, or like I was saying, what do I do with this? I could make this the fishing house. And that's where I fish. But then what do I put there? I feel like it might be cozy to have a little fishing hole here. I can do both. I can have two fishing holes. Because in later versions, this pond might not be as effective for fishing. But this one will. Oh, I'm so tired right now, though. It's so much. I'm getting off now. Goodbye.